Okay, so this is a video guide for how to trade with the Sbc Fodder flips area on the website. So if you go to the subscriber areas, select your platform and then come onto this page, or for PC, go to here. Now when you're on this page, what I recommend you firstly do is read the instructions and the basic things to note, because it gives you a brief explanation, which I will not cover in the video, about how this area works, okay? Now within this area, the page updates every 10 minutes, and you'll have a table at the bottom and a last updated timestamp. So you can see it's on the 312 update, so if we refresh right now, we'll be on a new update. Now again, the prices do update based on FootWiz, so if FootWiz don't update their prices, then the prices obviously won't change. However, you can see when we update the page, it's automatically sorted to show you the cards at top to bottom of the ones that are currently priced at or below the buy price, okay? So what you do is you go through the list, and basically you're checking to try buy at the good buy price. Again, let me zoom in real quick, just to make it a bit clearer. So you can see here, Luke Shaw recommended good buy price is 1,000, and the current price is 800 coins on the update, okay? So essentially you go into game on these cards and you check the ones that are close to the buy price, because obviously they're the ones that you'll likely be able to obtain right now. So essentially we'll go into game. Now when we're in game, I'll keep the table up my side so I can look them up. So the first one was Luke Shaw. So we go into a game and we search up Luke Shaw. The buy price was 1,000 coins and the sell price is 1.2k. So you can see when we search the market, we can essentially buy them at 1,000. Again, I'd probably buy up to maybe 20 cards. You do need to obviously check around content, because obviously cards can go inflated or they can go down depending on what the content is for the day. But as of right now, when I'm recording this, there's nothing that's going to affect this kind of stuff. Normally when content comes out, they either get inflated or they'll go down. When they go down, it's a good time to buy, because obviously at content you can get pack supply from Sbc packs or via the store packs, and that's when you'll obviously be able to obtain a large amount at the current buy price. Doing this at certain times of the day will be a lot more difficult than other times. Again, if you don't want to snipe, let me just cover this real quick. So you can continue to search for Luke Shaws at 1,000 via sniping. Wrong player. So you can sit here like this and try to snipe them. You can see another one popped up. And you can basically keep trying to snipe like this. Now an alternative way to go about it is to look at open bids as well. So you can go Luke Shaw, and you can put the maximum bid price to 1,000 coins and search the market. Now I'd recommend not putting a maximum price, because that can actually glitch out a lot of the time on FIFA. Sometimes it's better to just look up Luke Shaw without any pricing in, because it doesn't always display all the results when you put a maximum price in. So you search the market and you can look for any on bid under the price. You can try to win them even cheaper to obviously make greater profit. So you can be putting bids on these cards and checking them regularly. Now one little bit of advice is, if you're bidding, be careful, because you don't want to accidentally buy the card for the maximum buy now price, okay? But again, you have to check, make sure they're obviously at the price you're willing to pay. Don't ever pay above the maximum, the good buy price, because it's there for that reason. Try to win them as cheap as possible. And again, if you don't want to bid, you can always snipe like this. Depending on the time of the day is when this will be harder to buy and sell. You can either list them straight back on the market for the good sell price, which in this instance was 1,200 coins. I'll just show you that on the website. So you can see right here, Luke Shaw is 1,200 good sell, okay? Now some of these cards will have greater profits. For example, Mittelstadt is 1,500 buy, 2,000 sell. So this one has a better fluctuation, okay? But you can see with this one, for example, we'd list them for 1.2, right? I'd also recommend you do refer to the 3 hour, the 6 hour and the 12 hour average, because sometimes the good sell price might be from an inflated rate, and maybe an SBC expired at 6 PM that was causing that card to be valued so high, and that price will obviously correct over time, but it's not always likely to fully fluctuate back to the highest point, okay? Which is why sometimes it's better to try and get them a little bit cheaper than the good buy price if you can. If there's pages upon pages, it doesn't mean you can't buy them. I wouldn't dump all your coins into one player though, okay? I would try to spread all your money out if you're doing it on a low budget across a variety of players. But you can go through the list one by one with the ones that are close to the buy. For example, these 5 right now are the good ones. Actually 6 of them. And you can go for one by one in game and see if there's any good deals in the market, okay? So we already got 2 Luke Shaws. We'll check a couple more of the others to get a variety of players. Now again, this will be more active at certain times of the day. But even late at night, I'm doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning recording this video. You can see we're managing to get deals, okay? And the market's been incredibly slow recently. Now this is one example, okay? You can see there's quite a lot on the market. 700 coins. And the good buy price for this card is 700 coins, okay? Good sell price is 900. Now this is a great one right now because they're flooded at this price. And it's got the sell price is recommended. These prices have been updated this year to be a lot more accurate compared to previous years where we've had this area. I put a lot of work into this to try and make the prices a lot more on point. Of course, it's never going to be 100% because content can affect this type of stuff. They might have been inflated previously, okay? But you can see, you can obviously check the sale history of the cards as well by clicking here. And just see if they're regularly selling at the 900 too. You can see they sell even cheaper, but there's a 900, a 950, a 1000, and it's all in the past couple of hours. A lot of 750s and stuff. But there's obviously, they are selling at the 900s too, so they definitely do fluctuate towards this 900 coin mark, okay? So again, depending on your coin balance or depending how much you want to manage, you could technically wipe all these cards if you wanted to, okay? Because there's 200 coin gap between the buy and the sell. So in this situation, I'll actually buy all of these just to show you guys you can trust this, right? I'm not just saying it. But you could technically obviously snipe cheaper, or you could try to obtain them via bids too, you know? So you could be trying to win them on bids. Again, take out the maximum bid because like I said, it doesn't always display all the results. In that instance, it did. But in this situation, I'm actually going to buy all these cards, alright? Because the good buy price is 700 coins, the good sell price is 900. And I'm telling you, you can trust this quite well. Someone's already doing it right now by the seams of it with the website. Or maybe one just got sniped. Again, I wouldn't recommend, if you've got like, let's say you got 15,000 coins, I wouldn't go put it all into one card. Because you'll be waiting for the card to fluctuate, right? But like I said, you can literally just wipe the market as much as you want. Obviously, if it's at the good buy price. And there's enough profit in it, you know? It really is this simple, okay? Again, just bear in mind, I'm doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning. So like, everyone knows late into the evenings, it's relatively slow, okay, compared to the night, compared to the daytime. So to catch these types of situations is fantastic, which is the benefit of using the website because the updates will catch this stuff. Let's just get these last couple ones. So you can see we just wiped all of the market at the good buy price because there was a 200 coin gap, so there's enough money there per card. Just going to double check there's no more on the market at that price because obviously new cards could have been listed. Yeah, there's a couple more. Maybe we missed them when we were sniping. Obviously for a lot of people they may not want to just go wipe loads of one player because they understand it can be a little bit tedious to sell them, but I trust this enough to know that I can do this and I'll make money on them. Again, we'll do one more check because you never know, there might be a couple more. There's one more that just pops up, so you can sit there sniping for a little bit, right? Now what I'd recommend you do when you've got a load of cards is list them for the base. You can list them for 1 hour on your online, and if you're going offline, list them for 12 hours, okay? Now if they fail to sell, say after 12 hours of attempting to list them, so if you're not going to be regularly online to list them for 1 hour each, and you're not just going to be relisting throughout the day, try a 12-hour listing, okay? If you do a 12-hour listing, I'd recommend spreading the prices a little bit out, okay? I wouldn't put them all for 900 because what you're going to do is decrease the chance of selling the cards. So if I was going to do 12 hours, which I'm not because I'm going to be online for a while, I would list them for 900, 950, 900, 950, like one by one, like make it a 50 coin gap between each one. So do half at 900, which is the sell price, and then put half an extra 50 coins, right? That way you're not flooding it as much at one flat rate, okay? You can obviously, these cards will fluctuate. It's a very good, like, the accuracy with this is very on point, okay? Like I said, there can be situations where they don't obviously get back to the high, but you're really not risking a whole lot with this, okay? There's a lot of protection in place to kind of avoid getting caught in any type of trouble with a massive inflation of a card. But for this instance, we'll list them all for 1 hour and just regularly relist if they fail to sell, okay? But I always recommend checking the 3 hour, the 6 hour and the 12 hour averages, or whichever free display on the website alongside it. Just show you one more time. So you can see in Luana it's 800 3 hour average, 850 6 hour average, and we were buying at 700, okay? So we know this is going to be very safe from any kind of like potential loss. Like you can't really lose this one. But we're listing for the good sell price, right? So basically we'll really quickly do that. I'm going to cover more things in this video. It's not just listing these cards. It really is a quite straightforward area to use though. Do a couple for 950 because we've got quite a lot of this card. Obviously we checked the sold prices. We could see a couple were selling for 950 too. Just keep mixing it up, right? You could do a few for 900, a few for 950. Don't just flood the market. If you go and buy 50 of one player, don't just go and flood the market at the good sell price, because honestly, you might think that will provide you better results, but what you'll actually do is slow it down for yourself with selling a lot of cards, okay? Nearly made a mistake there. Just take it easy when you're doing this. Don't rush into selling because you'll end up making mistakes where you list it too cheap and stuff. It's not a huge rush with this type of thing. Sbc Fodder flips is meant to be quite passive, okay? You can see this really doesn't take a lot of like thought process behind it, right? You just check on the market. If they're there, you buy the cards. If you can't snipe and you're not very good at sniping, then you can obviously try bidding too. I showed you both situations of how to obtain at the start of this video. And again, hopefully this list in practice kind of makes sense of how I'm doing it. I'm just mixing the price up a bit so it's not all one flat rate. And again, if they fail to sell after 1 hour, just relist the cards. If they fail after 12 hours of trying to sell them, then maybe lower the prices down by one denomination, okay? Or obviously check in game and try to break even on stuff that is leftovers. Maybe at the time after, say 12 hours, say if you're not managing to sell it all, maybe they're not actually moving as good as they were in the past because maybe they're not as demanded. Maybe you'll lower them down to break even, you know? But obviously give them a good 12 attempts of 1 hour listings or one 12-hour listing if you're going to try that. A lot of the time you'll get better results via a 12-hour listing. Because obviously that allows 12 hours for the card to fluctuate properly. So again, it really is just this straightforward. Just do 950 there. So now we've done that one, we'll just check Luke Shaw's sell price, which I do remember, but just for you guys' correlation with it. You can see the good sell price is 1,200, so it's not as wide as the other one, but it's obviously still good enough, right? Now you can do this at any budget. It's best with under $1 million. But again, even if you've got 2-3 million coins and you just want to chill for a day, or the market's quite high and it's quite hard to get good fluctuation deals, maybe you'll do this for the day, you know? You can see we got it even cheaper too, you know? Nearly made a mistake. We only got 2 of this, so we'll just sell it at the good sell price. So again, there's more cards you can go for as well. There was more than just 2 available on that update. See, we didn't manage to get any of the bids, but we should have been checking the bids because you can see they're sold even cheaper on bids, right? So we could have been making even more money per card if we were actually checking bids. I'm not a very good person with bidding because I forget a lot of the time as I just have in the video to actually check, right? If you prefer bidding, you'll get even cheaper and you'll make greater profit per card rather than just buying for the good buy price, okay? Now all you do is just let them sit on the market for an hour and check it in an hour's time and go and check, obviously see if they need sell. If they don't sell, just press RT and relist all. When you're going to sleep or going offline, do a 6-hour listing or a 12-hour listing. But if you get over 12 hours and the cards don't sell, lower the price down just a little bit. Maybe they're not fluctuating as well, you know? Now one other thing I want to cover in this video, go back to the page, you may see right at this, at the time that you're looking at this, you may see a certain player. Again, it could be different at the time. You can see right now, let's say Luke Shaw's there. He's displaying on the table, okay? Now at certain times, this Luke Shaw may not display on the table. So if he ever disappears, or any player disappears from the table, that basically means that the card at the current time isn't moving good enough to make you good enough profit, okay? Now let's say you buy a Luke Shaw. In this situation, I bought Luke Shaw. Let's say in 2 hours time I come back to the table to try to get more deals and I notice this Luke Shaw's disappeared. Do not panic with the ones you've got. Just list the cards continuously as you were doing already at the prices you were told and just keep trying to sell it, okay? Now for the future people looking at their time when they're trying to find Sbc Fodder flips, he might not be a good one at the current time. So that's why he might disappear at the certain times a day. That's the only reason they'll disappear. But when they become good to trade with again, they will reappear on the table automatically, okay? There's filtering in place to stop that happening. You can see, like, you can go through the list. So we could have checked Asensio there. We could have checked Lohman. We could have checked Middlestat. All these ones with the percentage from buy price that are close towards the buy price, even 6% away, it's only 800 to 750. It's worth checking it in game, you know? Now the gold commons tend to do better than the gold rares, okay? The gold rares are a lot more packs than the gold commons, surprisingly. There's a lot more packs that come in the store or via rewards provide you with gold rares rather than gold commons. So you'll notice a lot of a trend with this when you're flipping. You might prefer to trade with the gold commons rather than the rares within this, okay? But again, it's always good, like I said, good practice. Check the sell price, refer to the averages because it will give you a bit of reassurance that it will fluctuate towards a good sell. You can see if it's averaging this over 12 hours, good chance it's going to sell for the sell price, okay? And obviously check the sold prices too by clicking on the hyperlinks at the end. And you can see if they are selling at the prices that you obviously are told to sell at. It doesn't have to be flooded with 1,200, but enough, you know? As long as it's regularly doing this, you can see the cards regularly fluctuating towards the 1.2k mark, you know? This is all within the past hour too. So it's a great example of how you can trade with this Sbc Fodder flip page, okay? Now that's basically how this page works. Somehow I've made this an 18-minute tutorial, but that is it's really that simple, okay? Hopefully this is helpful. If you do have a few further questions regarding this area, you can of course join the Discord server and ask within the subscriber chat, and obviously I'll help you or a mod will help you as soon as they can, alright? Give it a go guys, you'll definitely have good success with it.